Hi, this is your coach Panagiota, and today I would like to ask you a question. Do you believe that women have unrealistic expectations of work? Those expectations are theirs, or are they imposed by others? So let's start discussing that, but before that, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So let's go. Well, I've heard a lot of I've asked a lot of women to tell me what are the most big challenges in their lives, professionally wise. And they told me that one of their biggest challenge is unrealistic expectations. So how that is translated, that they expect to provide a lot in their work, extremely lot. They expect to have exaggerated results, but also that other people expect from them to have exaggerated results, to work too much and to provide too many results, as if they were superhumans. So those two things, exaggerating for themselves and feeling that they're coerced to be exaggerating, I think they're linked together, those two ideas. Why? Because for many centuries now, and especially during the 20th and 21st century, now that we're talking, there's a huge culture about women. We know that women right now are actively in the working industry, and they are accepted there finally. So now women work in almost every single domain of the working force, and there is a culture cultivated that they need to perform super well, that they need to do extremely good performances in order to be accepted as equal to men. Why is that? Well, the story goes back in the First World War and the Second World War, that where all the manpower, that was the working force, went to the war. So there were empty employee seats behind, and somebody had to fill these seats. And who was that someone? That were women that they were invited to work hard labor works and positions. And finally, guess what? Not only they managed to do that super well, but at the same time, they actually had greater performance in some specific areas than men did just before them. And then the two wars ended, and women were asked to sit back and allow the men that they were returning from the war, from the fronts, to take back their own old post and job positions. So women had to prove, ever since that was a culture that was created, they had to prove that they were equally good to men, and stop this legend that actually people gave them these jobs because they didn't have enough men to work, and they were just desperate to do it, which is true. And thanks to women, actually, the industry was able to work and produce, especially when it was things like munitions and arms and things that they were related to the war, cars, whatever. But also, women just realized globally that, hey, we can do this job and we can do it well. Why on earth do we need to go back home and just take care of the home and only the children? So there was a new consciousness in the women's society, and the women that they started demanding to do something that they actually wanted to do, to go inside the society, claim their own money, and work for their own sake, and just be financially independent. There are many reasons why this has started. Also, there was a different societal situation, more divorces, more women that they needed to work in order to help their households. Sometimes even women that they had to work because either they were divorced or they had invalid husbands, and for many other reasons. So women started working. But there was a cultivated culture that women are not able to work as well, as good as men. So, well, first, you have to be underpaid because you're not equal to men, of course. So why you should be having the same wage? That's understandable, right? And the second thing is that prove to me that you're good enough, so I will choose you over a man. And this proof to me that you're good enough actually was translated into work even 5 times more than a man, and then maybe I will choose you over a man. We don't need those things. We need to have equality in the society, but true equality means same wages for the same job description, no matter what is your gender. And what we also need is that women do not need to prove that they're not elephants in this industry, in the modern economy. So, having this culture, women, especially most of us, my generation included, we are even generation, the millennials, the generation after me, we are brought up with this culture. So a lot of women today, they feel that they need to overperform. They have to do a lot. And I see that every single day with my clients, that they are actually working so hard. They're doing more than it is necessary for them, especially if they're employees, and they're working hard, and they need to prove themselves and others how fantastically good they are. Well, they are. You know, when you have a job description, when you have all the necessary experience and knowledge about doing it, and you also have the drive and the motivation and the responsibility and accountability for doing it, you are good. You perform well. You don't need to prove that you're a superhuman, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever. So this culture is important to change. And this is necessary for us. So this is one super unrealistic expectation for women in the modern world. And this unrealistic expectation actually provides a very big obstacle to women. It doesn't allow them to create a good balance between their life, their personal life, and their professional life. And it doesn't allow women to enjoy their life and create a good quality of life, because when you work too hard, you will probably be candidate for burnout. You will spend too much time, more than the working hours, to work, and actually you will take this time, you will deprive this time from your personal self-care and your personal life, and at the same time you will stop producing well because you will be so damn tired, and you will not be able to enjoy very important basic things of your life that actually this is the reason why you're working for, because you want to have a good quality of life, a good well-being. So it's super, super important that we create a consciousness around an awareness around women dealing with unrealistic expectations at work. And it's super, super important that you also realize whether you have those unrealistic expectations, and to understand whether these expectations, whether you feel that you carry them with you from your culture, from your nurture, from whatever, you feel that you carry them and they affect you, or that you feel that these are imposed on you by other people, by your working environment, by people in the society, your peers, whatever. It's super, super important that women become aware of those unrealistic expectations, because first thing is that we become aware of those unrealistic expectations, and the second step is start actively dealing with them. Dealing with those expectations has a lot of levels. It can have a societal level, it has a political level, it has a financial level. I'm not going to discuss about those things. They're beyond the scope of this video and my work. But what I'm going to speak about in the next video is how, as individuals, professional women are able to start protecting themselves from these unrealistic expectations and start working with awareness and with attention and intention in order to provide the best outcome for themselves and at the same time protect their performance and protect their personal life and their quality of life. So stick to the next video and you will see. And you will see, find a link below for the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And see you soon. Bye.